And so basically what you're saying is, I care about you. I was on the phone tonight with a very good friend of mine, actually one of the elders in my church. He's in a horrible situation. He's had so many back surgeries. He can't have surgery anymore. They said the anesthetic will kill him. He's in excruciating pain. I've been talking to him about Plexus. I finally just said, we're going to get you on this. If I have to beg, borrow, and steal because they don't have any money right now, he lost his job. And so, but what I was saying to you is, look, this is all about, I care about you. I care about you. So it's all about them. What I mean by all about them is, don't try and one-up people. I'm horrible at that. I had to learn that over years. Oh, you know my back. I go, yeah, you know my back. They don't care. They want to talk about their back. It's about them. So we're going to serve. We're going to listen for openings and what's all about them. And it's all about them. It's all about them. She's great at that. I've watched her. I'm very observant in terms of people. I've been observant of people for years. She's great when she's with somebody. It's all about them. Really, really important because we're so used to kind of focusing back on ourselves. The R stands for relive. In Christianity, we call it testimonies. In the secular world, we call it commercials. But the reality is what you're... Pleximony. There you go. I like that. Pleximony. So tonight we have a lot of pleximonies. And that's great. And the reason it's great is because you can argue with facts, but you can't argue with testimonies. There was a man in the Bible that was healed by Jesus. They came to him later, the religious leaders came to him later because they didn't like Jesus, kind of like the doctors, because Jesus was taking business away from them by healing people. And they came to the man and they said, well, explain to us how you got healed. And he kind of explained, well, and they said, well, we don't get it. Explain it again. He says, look, all I can tell you, once I was blind, now I can see. When I was traveling around the country in the Christian rock group, I met my soon-to-be wife on tour. I'm going to make this real short. She had had an accident the year before, which had left her as an invalid. She had been to the foremost specialist in the world, and there was no healing for her. She was getting worse and worse in her condition. If she just did this, she would black out. She couldn't work. I asked her if we could pray for her. It's a long story. I'm going to make it real short. Met her at the top of a mountain in Washington State. I said, are you a Christian? She says, well, yeah, I'm an American, whatever. And I said, well, do you believe in God? Well, yeah. And I said, can we pray for you? We prayed for her. She was healed instantly. She didn't even believe she was healed for 3 days. She tested God that she was. I can talk to people about my faith and they can blow that off. But when I go, my wife, who I met 38 years ago, to this day is still healed. You can't argue that. So if you're talking with somebody and you want to get into, well, you know, it's got this type of seed and that, and they're going, yeah, whatever. You're going, yeah, but guess what? My daughter was in the hospital, and my daughter was this and that. Now she's up and on, even though she doesn't have a kidney, even though she's, you can't argue with that. And you want to keep it really, really simple. I say, you're doing a great job. 1 minute testimony, that's great. It's really simple. This is the way I was, and the problem I have. This is what, when I took Plexus, and this is who I am now. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Before, how I did it, after. People will, so relive as much as you can. So if you are listening to people, and it's all about them, and you're earning the right to share, because you're listening to them, because you're there to serve them, then an opportunity is going to happen for you, more likely that you get to share. Be ready with your testimony, be quick, be concise, and share with them because they can't argue with that. And then finally, the last two on there, I put the I and the N together for invite. Invite. In the sales world, they say this: people buy what they want, but you need to sell them what they need. Okay? You can run with that one if you want. People buy what they want, but you need to sell them what they need. But they also say this. They also say this, that in the sales world, they say there are a lot of people that do everything, great explanation, great sharing, and they come right up to it and they never ask for the sale. Let's take it away from the sales world and the word sell. We have to invite. We have to say, you need this. Let's get it in your hands. What do we need to do to get this in your hands? Because I want you to do that. Okay? And so we invite. We invite. just remember that. That's really, really important. We can do all the other stuff. We can share, we can have product, we can give our testimony. But if we don't say, now, how are we going to get this in your hands and how are we going to get you better, we've kind of wasted all that time. Okay? So we need to do that. And that G is just that. Get it into their hands. Get it into their hands. I love it. You know, Cindy says, I don't go anywhere, there's not Plexus in my purse, that I don't have keys to put on people's pains. Whatever it takes, get it in their hands. Okay? So that's it. I think I did that in less than 15 minutes. It was a miracle.